Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Preston Endress. One person is dead and others seriously injured after a multi-vehicle accident on 180 eastbound in Denison Township Sunday night. Pennsylvania State Police say a car traveling near mile marker 265.8 left the roadway and hit the car parked on the right shoulder. The first car was sent back into the road from the impact and into the path of a tractor-trailer. Ahmad Quaddock Allen, the driver of the car parked on the shoulder, died from his injuries. Other victims were transported from the scene with serious injuries. All lanes eastbound between PA 309 Hazleton/Mountaintop exit 262 and Whitehaven/Freeland exit 273 were closed until early Monday morning while crews cleared the wreckage. A 79-year-old Newport Township man is safe tonight after his family reported him lost in the woods. The Newport Township Fire Chief stated that the man went for a walk Saturday afternoon and contacted his family hours later after he couldn't find his way back. The family contacted authorities, and a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter searched the area of Old Newport Street, along with the Newport Township Fire, Police, and Nanticoke Fire Department. The man was found around 6:30 p.m. in a heavily wooded area. He had no injuries, but was transported to the hospital for observation. Wilkes-Barre Township Police arrested a woman Saturday who allegedly tried to steal over $700 worth of merchandise from Target. According to the report, Patricia Martha Hamilton and 2 other women attempted to flee from Wilkes-Barre Commons Target, loss prevention, but were stopped by police while driving away. Hamilton was found to have had 4 previous retail theft convictions, which upgraded this incident to a felony. She was arraigned and was assigned a bail of $5,000. The other 2 women were released, and Target will be pursuing private prosecution. Congressman Rob Bresnahan and his fiancée received multiple threats on social media before their wedding this past weekend. The threats appeared in the comment section of the wedding website set up by Family. Bresnahan, who represents Pennsylvania's 8th District, and his fiancée Chelsea Strub reported the threats to U.S. Capitol Police and feared for their guests' safety before the event. Governor Shapiro condemned the threats at an event on Friday. After their wedding on Saturday, the couple announced their new charitable fund, which will support future projects in Northeast Pennsylvania through the Luzerne Foundation. The Helping Hand Society was proud to kick off the 39th annual Chips Trot and Brew in memory of Rocco Colangelo Sr. and Jr. For this year's Trot and Brew, it was a 1.5-mile novelty race with 7 stops, included at least 80 tricky trays, and 50-50 tickets. Winners were drawn at 11 a.m. All proceeds from the event go to the Helping Hand Society and the Committee to Help Handicapped Infants and Parents Succeed, also known as CHIPS. CHIPS is a successful fundraiser for covering therapeutic service costs for handicapped infants and kids who reside in the established area and who is also being benefited by Trot and Brew. Racers got to run and drink, all for supporting the cause and having a good time. Everyone involved became a big contributor. "150 cars revved up for charity at the 4th annual Partysville Cruise Night on Saturday. All types of classic and unique cruisers were shown off as they drove through Partysville, while car enthusiasts of all ages enjoyed live music, food, and lots of fun at the park. The best in-show winner was a 57 Chevy owned by Ron Minnick of Drums. The event raised money for the American Cancer Society and suicide awareness in our area. A spin-off cruise will be on September 27th at Freedom Park in Drums. Coming up on Wyln News, Pennsylvania farmers will soon be receiving millions in agricultural investments. Plus, a state official has entered the race for governor. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Wyln News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton's emergency room team. Your experts in any emergency. When emergencies happen, minutes and expertise count. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now part of Jefferson Health.
Maya, and I am 8 years old, and tomorrow the weather will be cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman. Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Kayla Pupko is going to tell her story of how chiropractic allows her to make your face look more beautiful.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Governor Josh Shapiro and state officials are rolling out new initiatives to strengthen farms, food production, and farmers markets for Pennsylvania's agriculture industry. Recent investments include full funding for the state farm bill at nearly $14 million annually, a $1 million launch of the Organic Center of Excellence, awarding grants to nearly 90 farms, and preserving more than 35,000 acres of farmland. The state has also committed over $65 million to fight avian flu, supporting conservation, and expanding food access programs. The governor's new budget proposal also adds increased funding for innovation, food banks, and a new animal diagnostic lab. Plus, Governor Shapiro was in Luzerne County to highlight the administration's focus on expanding Pennsylvania's workforce. Shapiro visited the IBEW Local 163 JETC Electrical Training Center in Nanticoke on Friday. He spoke about the private investments made throughout the Commonwealth by companies like Amazon to create new skilled technical jobs. He also said $10 million will be invested to expand workforce training, vocational tech, and CTE statewide. Looking to take the seat from current Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro, Pennsylvania State Treasurer Stacey Garrity is throwing her hat in the ring and entering the 2026 governor race as Republican candidate. Garrity posted on Twitter, or X, announcing her candidacy earlier today. Garrity, a decorated soldier in the United States Army, took office as treasurer in 2021 after beating out Democratic nominee Joe Torcella in the 2020 election. Garrity says her main goal running for governor is to create more jobs in the state of Pennsylvania and provide more opportunities to keep residents in Pennsylvania. Prior to her August 18th announcement, Garrity has been extremely vocal on the job Governor Shapiro has done and said it on social media, August 11th, that help is on the way and stay tuned, hinting at her potentially running for office. In her video, the PA State Treasurer threw a jab at current Governor Shapiro, saying, "I will work hard every day to fix the problems Josh Shapiro has created." The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation will be conducting rolling traffic slowdowns on Interstate 81 Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Crews will be pulling overhead wiring northbound and southbound throughout the day between Exit 141, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Beltway, and Exit 143, Hazleton Route 924. The Department of Transportation reminds motorists to follow posted speed limits, turn on headlights, pay attention to signs and flaggers, and avoid all distractions while passing through work zones. To check conditions and closures on major roadways, you can visit 511pa.com. There's new leadership at the Marian Catholic High School in Schuylkill County. The Diocese of Allentown has appointed Father Robert Finlan as the school's new principal. He had been serving as Marian's chaplain and is also pastor at 2 local parishes. Finlan has decades of experience as both a teacher and administrator, serving as principal of the former Cardinal Brandon High School in Ashland, president of Bethlehem Catholic High School, and the former Holy Name High School in Reading. The diocese say the move ensures a strong start to the upcoming school year, which begins later this month. State Representative Jamie Walsh will be the featured speaker at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Red Carpet Breakfast later this month. The event takes place on August 28th at the Edgewood Weddings and Golf, 22 Edgewood Road in Drums. Walsh is expected to update the community on state budget issues and various local projects. The monthly breakfast series is designed to connect business leaders with lawmakers and provide networking opportunities. Anyone who would like to attend should contact the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce at 570-455-1509, extension 101, or register online at hazletonchamber.org by August 25th. Coming up on Nescopex News Choice, Romilda Krokmo goes into more detail on how the budget showdown affects our county. Plus, Wyln historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Muncie Part 1. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Are you sitting at home living in pain? Maybe it's in your hands, maybe your back or your hips. The good news is you don't need to live in pain. Why? Because there is Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, natural, powerful joint relief supplement created from the green lip mussels of New Zealand. Drug-free, non-habit forming, it's small, easy to swallow, and it's backed by more than 40 years of clinical research. As I was getting older, my joints started to feel that wear and tear. But then I tried Omega XL and it changed my life. If you're experiencing daily aches and pains due to aging and overuse, try Omega XL and see the difference it can make in your life.
Buy one, get two free. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3, a value of more than $85. Call today and you pay only $39.95. Plus, you have nothing to lose because it's backed by our 60-day money-back guarantee. Call now.
Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. Wyln, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Attention, Wyln viewers, Wyln TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. Wyln, We're your local network.
There does need to be some changes in the system. There needs to be more communication with counties. There's no reason why we can't communicate and assist each other. And I think there has to be also communications with our neighboring states. We have quite a few families that are from New York, New Jersey. They're coming here. And we have to have some coordinated efforts. We may not have been able to stop what happened because there is evil in the world, but we could at least try.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's never. Yeah. You can never tell when or where or when
Right.
this will happen, but yeah, we need to work hard on stuff like that.
Yes.
Now, aside from the horrifics of all that, but at least when it comes to the authorities, we know that they're out there doing their thing. And
Yes.
now, if I can recall, there was also something regarding the budget in the whole scenario.
In Harrisburg, we don't have a state budget, and unfortunately, it affects a lot of the human services, which includes children, youth, and families. It includes the Area Agency on Aging. It includes our drug and alcohol department, and it includes our mental health and developmental services department and our veterans department. We are in a situation where we can pretty much cover a few months if the state doesn't pass a budget. But if it goes on for a prolonged period of time, we're going to have to make some very serious financial decisions. We may have to borrow money. We depend on the money coming from the state. The elected officials have to do their job because they left. They left for vacation without coming to an agreement on the budget. And I know Senator Baker offered a bill that would at least cover the previous year's allotment until a final decision was made, so that we would get our allotments that we get from the state. And that didn't happen. So we are keeping a very close eye on that. We're in a financial situation that we actually are, for a few months, we can sustain it, but if it lasts any longer, we're going to have to do some really serious financial responses to this situation. And we're not the only county, it's across the Commonwealth. But what is happening is that the services that we provide, the meals that we provide for elderly people who rely on us to have food at centers, and we deliver food, and we provide the monies to organizations that deliver food to elderly people. It affects that. I mean, we're fine right now. You're going to get your deliveries, but if it gets prolonged, then it's really going to be a dire situation.
Yeah, it really is dire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially the importance of having to protect, children that bring that are potential to bring greatness, while the elderly, they've given greatness already.
To run children and youth services and children and youth families for 2 months, it's almost about $10 million. So I want to really ask our elected officials, please go do your job.
Yeah, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
It really would. I'd say we covered a great amount of detail here.
We did. We covered a lot of very serious issues.
Yes. Hopefully it gets better from this point forward. Okay, so I'd say that it covers it on Kokomo's County Report today. I guess we'll see you guys next time.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
And tomorrow the weather will be cloudy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
Southern Lycoming County was a major junction point for the region's Native Americans for millennia. Numerous native trails crossed over the area of today's Muncie. One of the earliest European settlers of the area was Samuel Wallace, who made a fortune in land speculation. In 1769, Wallace would build a large stone house near the mouth of Carpenter's Run, which would become known as Muncie Farms. His property would become a place of refuge during the Big Runaway of 1778, as native fighters, determined to slaughter every settler along the Susquehanna's West Branch with the encouragement of the British, set upon a reign of terror throughout the area. Fort Muncie, augmented by a trench and log stockade, would rise on Wallace's property, and settlers north of today's Muncie would go there for refuge. While the fort would be burned and rebuilt twice, Wallace's house would not be touched by the natives. The reason for this would only become clear 2 centuries later. Wallace was secretly a British spy, working with Benedict Arnold after the latter had turned to the British's side. It is suspected that Wallace served as an intermediary between Arnold and British General Henry Clinton in the plot to surrender West Point to British forces, and that he attempted to undermine the Sullivan expedition's mission to destroy the natives' means of support by giving John Sullivan's forces false maps of native country. At the time, his contemporaries did not suspect anything out of the ordinary for Wallace, who was appointed associate judge for the area. Missteps in his land dealings would leave Wallace deeply in debt when he died in 1798. His Muncie Farms house would host several other prominent residents over the ensuing decades, including ironmaster Robert Coleman and Philadelphia banker Henry Brock, who may have been a partial inspiration for F. Scott Fitzgerald's Jay Gatsby. During World War II, Brock's widow Margaret would host several British children displaced by the German aerial blitz on the country at Muncie Farms. Two of them would inherit the property after her passing. Muncie Farms still stands today, the oldest property in Lycoming County. A canal and railroad tracks ran through its land over the years, and is also the site of the oldest continually used iron bridge in the United States still open to vehicular traffic. Settlers fleeing during the Big Runaway found refuge in Muncie proper at the house of Captain John Brady. Brady had much military experience, having served in western Pennsylvania under Colonel Henry Bouquet during the French and Indian War, and then the Continental Army during the Revolution, where he was wounded at the Battle of Brandywine. He would be rewarded for his service with large land holdings in what is today southern Lycoming County. On the afternoon of August 8, 1778, a detachment of local militia, led by Brady's son James, were guarding local farmer Peter Smith as he worked in his rye fields, hoping to get him one last harvest before fleeing the rest of his neighbors. Suddenly, native fighters attacked, killing several militia members. A survivor made it to Fort Brady, which had been built on the captain's property, and delivered him the grim news, including the grimmer fact that James was among the dead. A grieving Brady nonetheless kept his composure and called everyone at Fort Brady to arms. He then asked the men assembled, "Who will volunteer to carry news of the danger to our friends?" No man, however, stepped forward to accept the task. Then a woman's voice rang out, "I, Captain, will appraise them all of their danger." Before anyone could object, young Rachel Silverthorne swung herself into Brady's horse and raced out of the fort. She would ride up and down Muncie Creek, spraying the alarm to settlers who hadn't left yet. By nightfall, Silverthorne returned to the fort unharmed, and under the cover of darkness, the remaining settlers made their way safely to Fort Brady. John Brady would meet his end on April 11, 1779, when he would be ambushed by native fighters near Wolf Creek after taking a shortcut back from a scouting trip. His absence would be keenly felt in the area, as natives subsequently laid waste to every homestead in the area after his death. 1787 would be a notable year for the area, as it marked the arrival of the McCarty brothers in Lycoming County. Benjamin, Isaac, Silas, and William McCarty, along with their cousin Isaac Walton, were all originally from Bucks County. They would buy up John Brady's former farm and divide among themselves. 10 years later, Benjamin had the idea of building a town on the site. He and his brothers and cousin laid out lots and sold them to interested parties, of which there were many. A town would in fact grow, and was incorporated in 1826 under the name Pennsboro in honor of William Penn. No one, however, liked the name, which they felt was too long and flat. So, 1 year later, it was renamed to Muncie, in honor of the Munsee tribe that once lived in the area. The timing of Munsie's founding would be advantageous, as the West Branch Canal opened nearby in 1830. Running from Farrensville, Clinton County to Northumberland, it gave locally produced grains, liquor, timber, and other goods quick and easy access to major cities. Muncie officials decided to improve the canal's access to the community, gaining permission to build a crosscut from the canal into the heart of the community. The resulting Muncie Cut ran approximately 1 mile in length into Muncie proper.
Old, and tomorrow the weather will be cloudy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.